Fearless family, welcome back to another episode of the Fearless Footballer Podcast. I'm super grateful to have you here with me today. One thing I will ask from you is to share, follow, like, subscribe to all of this content wherever you're watching it. I appreciate you, and I just want to push this message across to as many people as possible because I do think I have a lot of value and knowledge to give to people, and I hope that if you do get something from this, it's literally all for free. Like, I'm making absolutely no money off this at all, and hopefully I can continue to educate and inspire. And because it is for free, I do ask that you share it with someone that you think will get some value out of this as well. So getting into today's episode, what I want to talk about is the people that you surround yourself with. So when growing up in school, personally, I struggled a lot because I didn't feel like I had too many genuine connections in school, and everyone wants to be the cool kid and hang around with the cool kids, and not always are they the best thing for you. And if you have big goals, they require big actions, and not everyone is going to realize the actions that you have to take in order to get there. And you're going to get some what's the word I'm looking for? You're going to get some adversity along the way from that, from your peers and the people around you, which is why it's super important to have really, really good people supporting you and around you, which is tough to find at a young age. And I can't say that I nailed that myself because I don't think I had the highest quality people around me, but being at one school and not really knowing anyone outside of that, it is hard to surround yourself with the right people. But what I will say to you is the ones that sort of align with your goals and have similar dreams and ambitions to you, try and hang around those people, and try and hang around people that are better than you, that are better quality than you, that have traits that you don't have, that you want to have. Try and hang around those people, learn off them, and get that little bit better, which is going to go in ebbs and flows, especially if you're young and you're at school. It is hard to stay concentrated, stay on track with your goals and your visions when there's so many influences around you and there's so many distractions around you as well. It is super, super hard, which is probably why I never really enjoyed school that much. Like, I do my work, I do my homework, make sure I get that done to a really high standard, but I struggled with that connection at school, which is why I loved leaving so much, because I could find my friends that really suited me and that were willing to support me through tough times, that are willing to be that support to get the best out of me. I think that is really important. And when you're hanging around kids at school that are vaping, doing drugs, getting themselves in trouble, not doing their homework, don't really care about their career and what's ahead of them, then if you're surrounding yourself with those type of people, that's exactly where you're going to end up. The people that are around you, it's a common saying that you're the product of the 5 people that you hang around, or you're going to be the 5th person of the 4 people that you hang around the most. And little sayings like that can help trigger some people and get them into line, and getting to connect people. What's the right saying? It can be a little trigger to get people on the right track in terms of who they hang around with, and who they want to spend their time with the most. And that is really tough. And I honestly, at school, I didn't really hang around with too many mates that were around my age, because I didn't feel like they were on the same energy level as me. I didn't feel like they wanted the same things as me, which most of them didn't. And there was only a select few, and there's probably only a couple that I still hang around to this day, which is now 5 or 6 years later from finishing school, that I continue to hang around. And majority of them I don't, because they didn't have my best interest at heart, and the path that they were going down, I didn't want to go down. Like, moving through year 10, 11, 12, a lot of them were going to parties, and I did want to go at times, but for majority of it, I didn't really want to go. And I hated drinking. I still hate drinking to this day. I didn't drink until I was 18, which is probably pretty rare these days. But even then, I really didn't enjoy it at all. the thought, the taste of it, the smell of it, the way it makes you feel the next day, it's not worth it for me. And if you're hanging around people that are doing that sort of stuff, and you have big goals of trying to make the AFL or trying to make a really big business move or whatever it is, whatever big goals that you have, I think you need to reassess those goals, because honestly, you will not get there by doing those sorts of actions and hanging around those sorts of people, because they don't have your best interest at heart. And I think that's the biggest takeaway. Like, you got to invest time and energy into the people that want to make you better. And they might not be the coolest kid at school. They might be considered one of the, I don't know the right term, but one of the lesser kids at school. Like, you have to put those right people around you, because otherwise you're just not going to get to where you want to go. That's the biggest piece of advice, and hopefully actionable advice, that I have for you today. And for me personally, I'm consistently reviewing the people that are around me and questioning whether they have my best interest at heart, and whether they want to be a part of my life for the right reasons. And right now, the people that I have around me in my close circle, in my proximity, I think that they do have my best interest at heart, and they support me like I've never really felt before, which is why I continue to hang around those people. They continue to uplift me and motivate me, and they want me to do the right things in order to get to where I want to go. Like, they don't want me to have to sacrifice sacrifice my hard work just for their enjoyment. They want me to sacrifice hanging out with them to continue to push to where I want to go, which is something that I got made fun of during school at times, because I didn't want to be a part of the drinking sort of culture. I didn't want to be partying. And I apologize, the alarm bell just went off, which is Tori's package, so I'll go get that right now. Now, I can't remember exactly where I was up to. I'm a little bit puffed from running up those stairs, but I guess for me, I think social media plays a big impact in how you want to surround yourself people. Like, there's an underestimation. I don't even know if that's a word, but there's a lot of people underestimate the content that they're watching, the people that they're following, how much of an impact that plays on your subconscious mind, which then results in the decisions that you make further down the track. So for me personally, I'm continuing to unfollow a lot of people off Instagram that don't really provide any value in my life, that I don't really want to associate myself with anymore. Those sorts of people, I just want to engage in the content that is really going to progress my life forward. And I think for any young kid coming through, that's a big factor that I think you can take some action on right now, is continue to unfollow those people that are having a negative impact on your life. Like, what are you following them for? If you're not that close with them, if you wouldn't say hello to them in the street, what are you following them for? There's a lot of people that I've unfollowed just recently that I would consider myself mates with and those sorts of things, but I want to continue to elevate myself to a higher level, and I want to engage in content that is really going to impact my life in a positive way. So I think if you're out there and you want some actionable, valuable advice, take that, unfollow people that you don't want to engage with anymore, or that you don't think have your best interest at heart, or that are not going to take you to another level in 2023, because there is no time to waste. The years are flying by at the moment. It's already February, which is absolutely crazy. So continue to elevate yourself to a higher level. Continue to push yourself past the fear of judgment, the fear of getting confrontation from other people for unfollowing them. And I think if you can just put yourself at a really high value and say, this is what I want to attract, this is where I want to go, these are my goals, these are my ambitions. If you can align your actions with those goals by unfollowing people, by removing people out of your life that just don't provide for you anymore, I think you're going to project yourself in 2023. So that might be a lot to take in for some young kids coming through, but hopefully that small piece of actionable advice can take you to another level. And on that journey of taking yourself to another level, continue to stay fearless along that journey, because there's going to be plenty of people that try and knock you down and want you to bring you down to their level. But if you can push past that and continue to elevate yourself, they're going to be literally nothing. You're not even going to think about them. They're not going to be an existence in your brain. So Continue to strive for greatness, be the best version of yourself, and stay fearless.